Next up at UFC 285, we have the co-main event of the evening. We have Valentina Shevchenko defending her title for the 7th time. I forget what number.
Woo!
Yeah, she already defended it 7 times. So for the 8th time against Alexa Grasso. Valentina Shevchenko is 23-3 overall. 5-0, obviously, in her last 5. She's riding a 9-fight win streak. She's taking on Alexa Grasso, 15-3 overall. 4-1 in her last 5, who was on a nice little 4-fight win streak. We already know Valentina. She's great everywhere. Great striking, very good takedowns as of late. Real trip, bully-style takedowns, judo-style takedowns. She's worked those in really well. She's got the championship mindset. She's got the composure. She never seems like she takes a fight off. This last fight, she's coming off the split decision win over Taila Santos. A lot of people think she lost that fight, but she was in there. She was working. She was trying to win that fight. It didn't look like, and we'll talk about John Jones in a little bit, but she was trying to make it happen, and Taila Santos was just a lot tougher than a lot of us thought she was going to be. She's taking on Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso's a fun striker. She's impressive. She's got some volume, decent takedown defense. It's listed at 64%, but even Carla Esparza, who's one of the better wrestlers in the division, only went 4 for 11 on takedowns against her. So that was certainly held up in that fight. She has no problem getting in your face and slugging it out. She has no problem hanging out in the pocket. She doesn't really have any power at all. I mean, she does have some, but not at flyweight. Right? She was at 115 pounds. She's moved up to 125. She has had success. She earned herself this title shot. But I think Valentina Shevchenko is going to sort of push her around, steamroll her. She's going to be bigger, stronger, have the better striking, have the better grappling. She'll be literally better everywhere and shouldn't have any issues anywhere. Valentina Shevchenko had some problems with Taila Santos. Taila Santos is dangerous. Alexa Grasso is not a dangerous fighter. I think this is almost a little bit of a relief for Valentina than a rematch against Taila. What do you think?
Yeah, this is going to be a completely different fight than the Talia fight. So I agree. You can't look at that and then transfer it over and be like, oh, she almost lost that one, so maybe she loses this one. This is a completely different opponent. And Alexa Grasso, as you mentioned, is not a powerful striker. But to me, I think that is her best asset against a striker like Shevchenko, because Shevchenko loves those girls that come in with power shots, the big overhands that are trying to knock her out, because she's just such a good counter striker that she can just slip and rip and just pick those apart. She hasn't really fought a striker like Alexa in this matchup. I think Alexa is probably, as far as like just straight boxing goes, is probably her closest match in the boxing. I think Alexa, I wouldn't count her out to force Shevchenko to go to the grappling. I know there were some people in the live chat that were mentioning kind of the same thing, that Shevchenko is getting hit enough and not getting hit to where she's getting knocked out. She's getting knocked down and she's panicking.
1.9 significant strikes absorbed per minute.
Right, because most people are loading up, right? I mean, most people are just trying to knock her out against powerful girls. Alexa will just boom, 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 volume. And yeah, I mean, Shevchenko should still be the better striker. I think she's the most complete fighter, man or woman, in the UFC. I mean, from top to bottom, as far as what she can do, grappling, striking, wrestling, judo, jiu-jitsu. I think she is the most well-rounded fighter, but there is a world where Alexa comes in and starts touching her up early and makes Valentina go to the wrestling, which I think she can dominate if she wants to. So, I mentioned it with the Juliana Pena fight, and this is just a quick note. Against Nunes, the first fight, I laid out the path for Juliana Pena. I said, listen, if she gets in Nunes' face and just touches her, just touch, Nunes could panic in that situation, and Pena can win that fight. And she ultimately, that's exactly what she did. She was touching her. Nunes tried to knock her out. I don't think that Chevy is the same type of mindset as Nunes as far as like getting emotional and being like, oh, I'm going to try and knock this girl out. But crazier things have happened than Alexa coming in, putting some hands on Shevchenko, and then Shevchenko thinking, I need to bully this girl. Because I don't know if you saw the quote that Shevchenko had about Alexa Grasso going in this fight. She was like, oh, she's like a sweet little puppy. Like, I look at her like just this smiling, happy little puppy dog. And it's like, that's pretty disrespectful for a girl on Alexa's level as far as the striker. So Alexa to come out. I love my Mexicans. I mean, when you represent Mexico and the Mexican flag, those people are absolutely the toughest people in the entire world. Do not be surprised if Alexa has some success early. And then Shevchenko goes to the wrestling and starts dominating there. But it is a Shevchenko play pretty much all the way, with all that said.
We've been doing this 2 hours because I could hear your fat shit dog getting his second meal.
Wow. That was,
Oh, yeah, her.
We're going to get, We're gonna
Every
cancel
time we
that.
do these,
Peter's going to be all over us for that one. You misgendering a dog. There's nothing you could do worse these days. Misgendering and it's a dog. People love their dogs. You're fucked.
We go live at 7:30 Central. That stupid automatic feeder goes off. Jacob's big biggie boy dog gets its food. 2 hours later, another meal for Jacob's biggie boy dog.
Like
Listen, I hear you. I get it. Like, Alexa Grasso is not a straight up bum, but she's... And the comment section is wild right now. Everybody just wants to be different. The best boxer in women's MMA. She's going to dominate. I mean, come on. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Somebody said Valentina is sexy. Well, that's one of the biggest arguments that we have, I think, ongoing is Valentina a good-looking female? And I think she's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, Jacob and I think she's very good-looking. And then Casey, who you guys saw in the vlog, you'll see him in this weekend's vlog, he thinks she's gross. So Jacob and I just always send really hot pictures of her to him. Be like, this is gross? This is who you think is gross? Meanwhile, he thinks Lauren Murphy is absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, $9,400 in DraftKings. This is another one. I think she's worth it. I think she'll get takedowns. I think she'll get a stoppage potentially. And if she doesn't get a stoppage, she's got 5 rounds to work with. And she's going to work in some takedowns. I mentioned she has 21 takedowns in her last 5 fights. 21 in her last 5 fights. 3 against Tyler Santos, who's big, strong, and has better takedown defense than Alexa Grasso. So I see Valentina. If Alexa Grasso is the best boxer in women's MMA, then Valentina's just going to go to the grappling, get the takedowns, and she'll score a ton of points there in DraftKings as well. Do you agree?
Yeah, there's just too many paths for Valentina, unfortunately. I think everyone, I don't know if everyone's going to be rooting for Alexa, but everyone, that'd be a fun underdog to win if she pulls that off. Holy shit.
You always want to see that stuff. I'll never forget when Matt Serra beat George St. Pierre. Like, you want to see those wild, like, oh my God, I can't believe it happened. I mean, you could say that you had that with Leon Edwards. Not as extreme, but oh my God.
I mean, everyone says they were putting that in Discord today. That was like the upset. It had to be one of the greatest upsets of all time. It's not an upset when the better fighter wins. So, I mean, that just disqualifies it right there.
Okay, well, there you go. And actually, upset only has anything to do with the odds, by the way.
Well, the better fighter won that night, so there's no upset.
Okay.
He's going to dominate here in a couple months, too. I bet Usman's dying for a reason to try and pull out of that fight. I guarantee. He's already posting pictures of himself in a knee brace and stuff. It's like, here he goes. I guarantee he pulls out of that fight. Guarantee he pulls out of that fight. Look at this dude. He's posting, oh, my knee. Oh, look at this old man. Oh, look, guys. Look, guys, pad. My knee hurts. My knee hurts. Almost a knee wrap and a pad. He's probably got ice on. He's got a pad on it. I mean, that thing's layered up. He's got bad knees, broken hands. Guy's a bum.
All right.